Hello everyone, welcome to Monica's AI Lab. Today I'm going to show you how to use Claude to learn how to use Claude. I know it sounds interesting, right? Because I'm actually using the AI to teach me how it works and several tricks to see the functionality based on different prompts. So I will prompt several different use cases and let's see what type of result we can get. It is quite interesting and I hope you enjoy today's video. Let's get started. Let's take a look at this use case. So I am in the chat window, but instead of just asking a simple question, I am asking Claude to build me an interactive UI that shows how token works. I know that we all probably know a little bit of the token. We know how expensive they could be eventually, but how the limit actually works, right? Use a text input to show me how the character counter would work like, and especially showing me the visual that will fill up as I type in. So it's almost like building a live interactive app. And as you see it right here, Claude is doing the work right in front of my face. You can see that the app is starting to get built up. I am seeing a input text window where I could start typing and paste the text, and I can even see the model context window to show that which Claude model that I am using. And as I am typing right here, that you get to see how much of those tokens that is being used, or how many, I meant to type how many token that is needed, right? And we can see that the number of character counts is changing based on what I have typed and the estimated token that is being used. So I get to know more specifically how the tokenization works with the Claude built-in interactive UI that I have just created for myself. So this is very interactive and it's completely free. Just with the prompt that I type in, anyone could just use that to show how the different model works with the estimated of token and the remaining token. As you can see right here, I am in the Claude.ai homepage and I've logged in and I am in the free plan. Right here you can see a chat window open. How can I help you today? And this is where everyone started typing their questions, just like how we would type into Google search because that's what we're familiar with. However, that is leaving so much on the table. As a power user of Claude, you could do something instead of just typing. You could ask Claude to explain things like how your context window work, but don't just explain to me like how a Google search would do. Use a metaphor of a whiteboard because I am a visual thinker and I don't have any technical background. I wanted to learn from scratch. And you could always change the different Claude model that is behind the scene. You see that Haiku 4.5 is the fastest for quick answers, and Sonnet 4.6 is the most efficient for everyday tasks. You can also upgrade it to a more capable engine behind the scene, but right now I am just going to use the default Sonnet, but that's not the only one that you could choose. So let's see what Claude will bring. Just by typing that specific prompt, you see that Claude is showing you a metaphor for how you and I are working together in a room with a giant whiteboard. The whiteboard is everything I'm seeing at once, and when you walk in and write your first message, it goes onto the whiteboard. Claude reads it, think about it, and write their response right next to it. Now, both things are on the board, and your questions, both your question and my answer, every time you say something new, it gets added to the board. Every time Claude responds, that gets added too. That whole conversation is up there And Claude gets to see all of that, and that is the context window. So not only the latest sticky notes that you put it in, but everything from the very beginning, which is already very powerful. However, there is a catch here. The whiteboard has a size limit. As the conversation grows, we keep writing. Eventually, if we talk long enough, we started running out of space. And when that happens, the older writing near the top gets erased to make room for the newer stuff at the bottom. Claude doesn't get to choose what gets erased. It always has the oldest thing first. So once something gets erased, it is gone. Claude has no memory of it. So if you mention your name an hour ago and that parts of the board get wiped, Claude won't know that anymore. So that is, again, very different. It's not like your search history that if you keep a 7-day window or 14-day window or 30-day window, you get to keep all that search history. In this case, when you are out of limit, Claude won't remember that. So when you start a brand new conversation, someone takes an eraser and wipe out the entire board, Claude will go completely blank. It won't remember you from yesterday. It doesn't remember the project that we worked last week. Every conversation starts with a perfectly clean whiteboard. So those are the things that you need to know right before you start using Claude, right? Everything counts towards filling the board, your message, Claude's message, and any of the document you paste in. There's a giant wall of text fills up fast. A Claude can see the whole board at once, not just recent things. So something you said at the very start of the conversation is just as visible to Claude as you would say a second ago. And there's no way for Claude to save something off the board on their own. What is on the board is exactly what Claude would get. So think of Claude less like a person with a continuous memory, but more like a very attentive collaborator who only exists for the duration of that one whiteboard session. Isn't this powerful? Claude is just telling me how the memory actually works behind the scene using that metaphor. So this formula is very simple. You just paste in your topic and you add that, explaining that as a metaphor, and you can also add your background. Is it something you had experienced about? So you could try that with any of the Claude feature that is confusing for you. And this is not a tutorial. This is more like a demonstration of something called AI self-optimization. And here is the bonus tip. If this is the first time you sign up for Claude, like I am showing you right here for onboarding, you can see that you could get a desktop version of Claude app. With the desktop app, Claude can write codes, work with your files, and automate tasks while you're focusing on other work. So not just chat function, you could also enable the co-work function and the code up function that are only on the desktop version. You can download that for Mac OS or Windows system.
Quick recap of what we've covered today. First, we stopped treating Claude like a search bar. We showed you how to architect the way it thinks, not just ask it questions and hope for the best. Second, we used Claude to build a live, interactive UI showing your token limits in real time. A custom tool, no code, built in seconds. Third, we cracked the context window. Picture a whiteboard that erases itself as you work. That mental model alone will change how you structure every conversation from here on. Fourth, and this one matters, we did all of that without writing a single line of code. Complex AI concepts, custom-built tools, zero technical background needed. And fifth, you've got everything you need to try this right now. The exact prompts we used are pinned in the comments. Grab them, run them, and see what you build.
And next week, we're going deeper, 3 more prompts, more advanced techniques, and yes, more live builds. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it. And if you tried any of these today, drop what you've made in the comments. I wanted to see them. See you in the next one.